Islam Makhachev and Khamzat Chimaev spotted together. You're about to see Khamzat Chimaev and Islam Makhachev spotted together, having lunch together in Abu Dhabi. Recently, the both of the guys spends his time in Abu Dhabi. Tom Aspinall names who would he fight, train, and avoid between Conor McGregor, Khabib, and Tony Ferguson. Khabib, I would train with him. I think he's an absolute genius. Tony Ferguson, I would avoid Tony Ferguson, and I would definitely fight Conor McGregor, even though I'm never gonna fight him in real life. I'm twice his size, but we know there's a lot of money in the table. Jared Cannonier has qualms about fight Khamzat Chimaev. Yes, everybody is talking about Khamzat Chimaev, but he has yet to fight a middleweight. That's my only qualm with it. The guy is a top-level fighter. He's definitely shown that in the UFC. He seems to be eager to fight people. So, if they don't give me the champ when I come back, I'll be more than happy to get that fight going again. Jon Anik, UFC commentator, has issued an apology to the MMA fanbase over his recent comments. Last week on my podcast, I was in a heightened emotional state, following myriad allegations of bias at UFC 297, and I made some regrettable comments relating to the MMA fanbase. While I was surprised at the extent to which my comments were repurposed and sensationalized, I need to be more responsible on an open microphone. So much work goes into the execution of just one UFC pay-per-view, so it can be tough when my integrity on broadcast is called into question. That doesn't excuse my retort. I'm just a fiery, passionate, flawed, empathetic guy, and sometimes my emotions lead the dance. To those MMA fans whom I've offended, I'm sorry. That was not my intention. For 12 years, I've prided myself on being accessible to the fan base, and that will continue. I've learned a lot over the last 48 hours on to Anaheim. Robert Whittaker says he underestimated Dricus Du Plessis when they fought at UFC 290. I'm going to say DDP, just because. Like Sean with Dricus, the safe bet was Sean. But Dricus showed what he was willing to do, and what he was willing to go through. Can he do that again against Izzy? Who knows? But he's a tough guy. It doesn't matter if he's getting hit. He showed that tenacity in that fight, so I'll go DDP. Dan Hooker calls out Beneil Dariush. I'll fight Beneil in June, whether that be McGregor card, International Fight Week. If he's just pulling everyone's chain, as he usually does, he's come out and said that he wants to see if he's still got it. Well, I can check, brother. I'll check for you. Neil Magny holds no ill will toward Yangari. The things being said in that press conference, actually being quoted, and being positioned to be used in court, that was an uneasy feeling. I just didn't like it at all. Mentally, it took a huge toll on me to go through that experience and see what that had the potential of doing. There's no way I can sit around and say, oh, I wish this person goes through it now. At the end of the day, he and his wife have a child that they have to raise as well, and I hope they can figure it out for the sake of their child. I don't have room in my heart to hold grudges for anyone. Max Holloway wants to know how hard Justin Gaethje really hits. A lot of people keep saying it's the power at 155, how hard he hits and kicks. The beautiful thing is, I really get to see how hard this guy punches. On April 13th, Dricus Du Plessis says Sean Strickland admitted defeat in the moment after fight.
He came to me in the cage directly after the fight, before they announced me as the new champion.
Yeah.
And I went to him and I shook his hand and I said, "You're a warrior, well done, it was a great fight." And he said, "No, you definitely beat me." He said that
So
to
he
me.
said it to you?
He said to me, he said, "You deserve it. you won that fight. You beat me.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, when we were in the doctor's rooms, he came to me and he said, "You're a warrior. I wouldn't have wanted to lose to anybody else because you deserve this."
Thanks for watching video. Kindly subscribe to my channel for more MMA updates.